All right, ladies and gentlemen, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. I should have did this when I was doing my countdown, but I'm always doing something beforehand or after. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8 of Tuesday night's main event. I am your host, Don P. Thank y'all for y'all support of this show, man. I greatly do appreciate it, man. 8 episodes in, I'm having the time of my life. I am having a ball. Thank y'all. Thank everybody who tunes into this. This is my final Tuesday night's main event in the old digs. I'm packing up because I'm moving in this weekend actually. So next Tuesday I'll be in new digs. Um in the upcoming weeks I'm gonna have a new setup. It some weeks I might do green screen. Like I love the SmackDown fist back here though. If y'all like the SmackDown fist, let me know and I'll keep it. But I'm gonna mess around with some other stuff. Like my new space has like it's like I got a lot to work with in my new space. So I'm gonna be moving into new digs next week. The next time y'all see me for Tuesday night's main event is gonna be in a new place, and I'm excited for that. Um I hate packing though. Anybody like anybody who moves, y'all know packing is the worst part. Like packing stuff up and throwing stuff away. Luckily, me and the wife did spring cleaning a couple of months ago, and we decided to make this move, and this move came along pretty swiftly, and we're hoping for a smooth move. Let me get these headphones because I really don't need them. I might pod more with the headphones on when I get to the new spot. I don't know. Maybe not. It all depends on how I feel. But welcome to Tuesday night's main event. Um, let's just get to it, man. Y'all know my motto here on this channel with any of my pods, whether it's Tuesday night's main event, whether it's Pizzle's Picks, whether it's Club Pizzle, it don't matter. We here for a good time and not a long time. So here we go, man. Let's just get this thing started. I've decided to switch things up a little bit. Instead of recapping everything on Raw and SmackDown, I'm going to just recap the stuff that I liked. Because to be honest, this past week's SmackDown, with it being so short, was 4 matches. I wasn't really feeling that, and it really didn't dawn on me until I watched it back again on Saturday. Like, wait, it was only 4 matches. But other than that, the first thing I want to get into, let's talk about how absolutely fire that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, I don't even know what to call it. Was it a promo? Was it a vignette? It was a movie, a trailer, whatever the hell it was, y'all. That was fire. It had me watching my TV. I was glued to my TV. I had to turn the TV up. I think I pissed my wife off because I had to turn the volume up. But oh my goodness. Like when you see, like going on social media throughout the day, and you see like Cody and Roman face to face, and it's like Cody and Roman linked up in Atlanta this week. We'll show you what happened on Friday. And they get to this, and I'm gonna get to LA Knight and Andrade. But I want to talk about this. Like it really was something fresh out of a movie scene. Like you see these cars riding around Atlanta. You see 7 SUVs. What were they? Escalades, Yukon, Suburbans, whatever they were. It was blacked out SUVs. They pull up to Bobby Dodd Stadium, excuse me. in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. That's when the first light bulb went out. Ding! Ah, Roman Reigns did go to Georgia Tech. He played football at Georgia Tech. And Cody Rhodes is from Atlanta. So, there was one light bulb. I was like, hey, what are they going to do here? And then Cody gets out, and they meet at the 50-yard line at Bobby Dodd Stadium. And Roman proceeds to do what Roman does. Hey, all this is me right here, bro. This is my field. I bled on this field. I gave it my all in these stands, and they were showing like little small, like cuts and flashes of him playing ball at Georgia Tech. He actually was like all ACC. If I'm not mistaken, he won ACC Defensive Player of the Year while he was at Georgia Tech. And the only reason he didn't make the NFL is because the sickle cell hit him. He was with the Vikings practice squad or something like that. But, they go into their thing, and Cody's like, he's like, what are you doing? Or something like, whatever he said to him. And Cody's like, listen, bro, I'm from Atlanta. You go down the street. Like, he just went full on Atlanta on him. He's like, look, man, you go down this street, you find this, you go down the street, bam, the Omni was right there. The Omni is now State Farm Arena. This is where we're going to have bad blood at. My family bled in there, so I like, you might have played football here. Thank you. But Atlanta's my town. It was dope. It was it put me in the mind of, well, not in the mind of, but it just took me back to remembering Ali when he put up on Joe Frazier, and he like, what you doing in Philly? Philly's my town. James Toney and Will Smith, that was a dope segment. But they just go into like they're back and forth. He's like, you getting yourself into something that you got everything to lose. This is Roman talking to Cody. I got nothing to lose here. They took Jimmy. They took my wise man. They took my Ulafala. I am a chief without a tribe. Which Cody come back and told him, hey, I told you, didn't I? You were going to end up being a chief without a tribe. Cody was right about that. I mean, what do you want to say about it? And Cody's like, you know what, man? Skip all of this. Listen, can I trust you? Are you going to have my back going up against your family? And Roman's like, yeah, sure. I got your back. But this really ain't your business, fam. That's basically what he told Cody. You shouldn't even be here. Why are you in this? You said you was done with them. I'm back. And I have to take care of my little cousin who just decided, hey, I'm going to take this thing over. Or is that what really is that? At least that's what Roman thinks in his mind. This little dude thinks he's the tribal chief. But Cody had to remind him, look, you here, there's a tribal chief, and it's not you. There's a WWE champion, and it's not you. That pisses Roman off. And he's saying that to me. I'm pissed off too. Hey, now we got to fight. But it's like, listen, I'm going to handle them. And when I'm done with them, I'm coming back for everything. I'm coming back for my bloodline. I'm coming back for my Ulafala. And most importantly, I'm coming back for my title. This is the beginning of something that is probably going to be absolutely special And I think the end game here, it is probably going to end with Roman as the conquering hero. Will they? How soon is the match? Is the big question here. How soon will we see Cody versus Roman 3? I guess we'll figure that out after Bad Blood and see what all steps are taken or what happens in this match, what transpires in this match. Because Cody really has a lot lined up for him. Or there's some things that are lined up for Cody. There are some guys that are lying in wait for Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns is one of them. Or Roman Reigns put himself in there. There's a final boss out there lurking somewhere who is definitely going to pop back up. There's Jacob Fatu, who Cody kind of like handpicked and said, hey, I want you. Possibly Randy Orton. Maybe Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes run it back. But that road for Cody Rhodes is not going to get any easier. It hasn't been easy anyway. He's had some good opponents. The AJ Styles match was fire. The Kevin Owens match was fire. The matches against Solo Sikoa, I enjoyed. Now, you got those guys out of the way. You got a couple of former champions out of the way and a budding champion. Now you have a fast rising star in Jacob Fatu, who that match is definitely going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen at Crown Jewel. I don't know if it's going to happen at this Saturday night's main event special. I don't know if it's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. But the final boss, that's happening. Rock and Rhodes is happening. Rock teased it before he left. Cody Roman 3 is going to happen. So I like the storytelling. I like how things are intertwined. It's not, all right, I got this, just this one guy to worry about, and then I move on. Cody has to look over his shoulder everywhere he goes. He especially has to look out for Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, because those are two dudes who are tweeners right now. They're baby faces, but they aren't to be trusted. Kevin Owens will turn on you at the drop of a hat. We've seen it. And we've seen Randy Orton do this for the last 20 years. It happened. And those are all worthy opponents. And those are guys he can beat to look strong, to go up against Roman, who's coming back as the guy who lost everything, trying to get it all back. And then there's that. Speaking of this bloodline and in this family, I did like how SmackDown opened with the guys walking in and they're getting patted down and they're like, hey, yo, relax. And then here comes Jacob, and if I'm not security, I'm like, listen, y'all either gonna have to fire me or y'all gonna have to send me home, because nope. I love Jacob Fatu, man. Everything I say it every week. Everything about him screams Neanderthal. I love it. Gotta love it. But we're gonna see where this Cody and Roman thing goes. Bad Blood is fastly approaching. I think we have another week or so to do that. I think I'll be next week's Tuesday night's main event is gonna be packed, and I'll get to it in a minute. But moving on. Y'all saw Monday Night Raw last night. Packed 3 hours, lit 3 hours. They put a lot in the 3 hours, and the 3 hours is great. I love it. I absolutely love it. They're putting so much in it, and it's all good stuff. So we don't know, like, the time is not going by. I am no longer falling asleep in the third hour of Raw anymore. Yeah, we have one more week until Bad Blood. Bad Blood is next week. So again, we'll get back. But Monday Night Raw, the main event. Y'all see it. Y'all see the title of the show. Y'all see the shirt that I'm wearing. Big Yeet. Finally. After 14 years, although most of it was him being in a tag team, he never got a proper singles run until the 4 years ago where the Bloodline story started, and he was Roman Reigns' first challenge. Main event, Jey Uso pins Braun Breaker to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Congratulations to the Yeet Man. Congratulations to Big Yeet. Congratulations to main event Jey Uso. Outside of Roman and Cody and maybe the Street Profits, Jey Uso is like my favorite dude in WWE right now. He might be the hottest babyface after Cody and Roman. He might be third. I know people love LA Knight and Seth Rollins. People love Seth Rollins, and Seth is off healing or whatever he's doing. He's at Chicago Bears games getting thrown over the barricade by T.Y. Hilton. Damian Priest is getting there. People do like Damian, but it's still fresh. But Jey Uso, right now, like popularity, just listen to the pops. I'm telling y'all, I was at SmackDown here in Cleveland in August, and Jey wrestled in the dark mat. And when that music of his hit, it was the loudest pop of the night for SmackDown. And he had us in there yeeting and rocking and doing the yeets, and it was 15 minutes before the match started. He had us in there yeeting. I'm so happy. And this match was a great match. Salute to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is so great. I see big things ahead for Braun Breaker. I see a turn for Braun Breaker. I see a possible championship, a world heavyweight championship run for Braun Breaker. But we got to see how they do it. We got to see if Triple H is going to go for the slow cook. We got to see if we're going to see what happens next week and what happens in the next. We'll see what happens in the next couple of Raws. I think next Monday is the last 3-hour Raw until the Netflix move, and I'll get to that in a second. Raw is going to be 2 hours. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, the October 7th Monday Night Raw. Raw goes to 2 hours. So we'll see how Braun Breaker factors into that. But with Jey Uso, man, the fight, just seeing him with his brother, with his twin Jimmy, for all of those years, him breaking away from the bloodline last year, getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and seeing him fall short because of outside interference, and that's exactly what it was. For him to finally get a dub over a guy like Braun Breaker, who's young and has his whole career ahead of him, it was a great win. The crowd popped. Everybody popped. Rhea Ripley popped. Y'all saw her social media. Look at her Instagram. When Jey came, she was in the backstage area, and she came out and she was yeeting in the backstage area. I'm pretty sure there are going to be some people who recorded that. Maybe. But this journey for Jey Uso, man, Starting off, he was the first member of the bloodline after Roman got the title and he beat him and he had to join him. And then his brother joined. And Jay, for that 4 years, that 3 years that he was around and that was going on, Jay Uso didn't smile. Like, Jay lost his smile. Literally lost his smile. And it was just great to see him get this win. I wonder what they're going to plan for him. I'm not even going to get into who could possibly take that title off of him. I just want to enjoy him with this win and think about possible opponents. Somebody is going to have it. It feels like somebody from the Judgment Day. And that's somebody. Listen to me, y'all. Y'all not gonna like this. But, hey, what do y'all want me to do? These are things that I think of, these light bulb moments. Again, I'm going to enjoy him getting this dub. I'm going to enjoy him getting his first singles title in 14 years after all of the years of winning the tag titles. But y'all know Dominic Mysterio is going to come for that title. I mean, it's natural progression of the storylines. And here I go booking the territory. I promise I wasn't going to book the territory, but what am I doing right now? I'm booking the territory. Dominic Mysterio as the Intercontinental Championship will make a lot of people sick, and it'll make a lot of people throw up. But hey, Dom versus Jay, ending off the year, going into Royal Rumble. Let's get it popping. Let's make it happen. Congratulations again to the Yeet Man, Jay Uso. Y'all see how Raw started off. Dom and Liv pulled up in the lowrider. Shout out to Dom, man. Dom is a fly dude, man. I don't know, like, he be having it on, man. He do. The off-white, he always got the fresh sneaks, the cow skin. Like, Dom is a fly young dude. And fly young dudes, he a fly young dude. He got him a little baddie. So, of course, I'm going to pull up in the low. Pull up in the low rider. That was pretty fly. I like that. And in the middle of all of that, Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman are still fighting. The definition of on site. I'm telling y'all, they can keep fighting. They need to, like, social media, like the WWE social media team, the TKO social media team, just need to have somebody following them. Like, these dudes should just fight everywhere, not just in WWE arenas. These dudes could be at the rental car spot at the airport to set it up. Bam, get into a fight. Be at a Whataburger or a McDonald's or at Planet Fitness or somewhere, and just get it in and just get it on and get to fighting. It's an on-site thing with these two big behemoths. They have deemed this thing as a King Kong versus Godzilla type of thing, and I am all here for it. So they get into their little thing. Dom and Liv come out and do their promo, and Rhea interrupts, and they announce that Dom is going to be hanging in a shark cage for their match at Bad Blood. I'm going to get to the Bad Blood card in a second, too. Nice step. But let's get back to Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. We thought The Miz was coming back and getting into his, but here, bam, they fighting again. Teasing tsunami. Here come all these security guards, and they just throwing human beings. They're throwing around 200-pound human beings like they skipping rocks. Absolutely wonderful stuff. I like this type of stuff, especially because, like, they've been doing it for the last 3 weeks or so, the last month or so. And here comes Adam Pearce with his old passive-aggressive self. He's not getting in there to get in between them. Now, Nick Aldis would get between them. But Adam Pearce is just sending more security. And all they're doing is getting tossed. 2 of them got squashed with a tsunami. A bunch of them got power slammed. They were just getting beat up. Just getting whooped on. Absolutely hilarious, though. So Adam Pearce finally says, listen, this got to end. We can't afford to pay no more security guards. These hospital bills are getting high with these security guards. The insurance at the building is getting too high to deal with these 2 dudes. So next week on Monday Night Raw, we got these 2 big behemoths, Braun Strowman and Big Bronson Reed, in a last monster standing match. I'm telling y'all what's going to happen. I want them to break the ring. That's what's missing. And I thought that's what I was going to get, but I was like, wait a minute, it's too early in the show. And that's me in my brain, and everybody else, like common sense, to tell you, no, they're not going to do that. Hilarious, though. But it's going to be a lot of things getting broken, a lot of tables being broken. I'm expecting ambulances. I'm expecting more cars. And a ring collapse. If they make it, if it's the main event next week, the ring is collapsing. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good. LA Knight and Andrade for the U.S. title on Friday night was a banger. Andrade is so good in the ring. And LA Knight has continued like this pretty decent U.S. title run. I'm excited to see where it goes. I believe it's going to end up with Carmelo Hayes getting a U.S. title shot. And it wouldn't surprise me if Carmelo Hayes comes out with that title. Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't. SmackDown was very short. It had 4 matches, one of them being a squash match. I'm not getting this thing with Giovanni Vinci. I'm almost starting to feel bad for him. Really. Seriously starting to feel bad for him. But in the scheme of things and the long-term storytelling, I think they got something for him. They're going to line up something for him. He going to do something to put Apollo Crews out of commission. He's going to beat up Baron Corbin, and they're going to do something with him. I feel like. The Bad Blood card appears to be set. And I'm going to go over this card. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Hell in a Cell match. That one is going to be crazy. Drew's promo was fire last night. This is the feud of the year. It's not even close. It's not close, y'all. This feud with these guys is the feud of the year. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this Hell in a Cell is going to be one of the greatest. I believe we're going to see a lot of blood and a lot of guts. I think this is going to be a throwback to the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era with this match. Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Stip added Dominic Mysterio is going to be hanging in the shark cage, or he's going to be locked in the shark cage. Are they going to hang him above? Are they going to hang him up above the ring? I doubt it, because the Hell in the Cell is going to be hanging there. But he's going to be locked in the shark cage. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. I believe that's going to be the main event. It's going to close the show. You got your 2 most popular baby faces going up against a faction that's been dominant. I'll get the picks and all of that stuff. Like when the official card next Tuesday, I'm gonna have everything. And then Nia Jax is gonna be defending her women's championship versus Naomi or Bayley at Bad. Now we saw that finish with them, and they made it a tornado tag, and Bayley and Naomi both pinned Nia Jax. So We're going to see what happens there. They might as well just go and let Bailey run it back. At least that's what I think. And possibly Sammy versus Gunther. That's a possibility. That would bring the card to 2, 4, 6 matches. No tag matches for neither brand or the women's tag. I really like one of these days, I'm gonna do a whole show or a bigger segment on the tag team division because it is not that great right now, especially on the women's side. Because Raw really has like all the tag teams. That's where seriously where and then NXT has some great tag teams, and I think Bianca and Jade are pulling up to NXT either tonight or next week. It's gonna be fire. But this gonna be a cool card, and I'll have all predictions next week. Next week's show is gonna be packed. I'm probably going to have a longer show. We might hit the hour mark next week in the new digs for Tuesday night's main event next week. And is the new day over, or are they teasing this thing? I'm fine with them breaking them up now. It's been a decade. And Xavier Woods is fed up. Xavier Woods is tired. Xavier Woods, even though he has a case, he is right. Like, that's the one thing, and that's crazy. How usually, like, when people go bad, like the villains do be right. And we can't take that away from him. But Woods is right in this situation. He's tired. He's fed up. Him versus Rey Mysterio next week. Like, how you snap on Rey Mysterio, man? Rey Mysterio is the nicest dude. And that's why I said Woods is fed up. He's sick of everybody's crap. So he's just going to go in and do his thing. Let's see what else we got here. I'm looking on my board. I'm going to get to that later. I am going to have a couple of new segments for this show. Again, y'all see I'm trying to do some new things. I'm going to just break down what I liked from the week that was wrestling. I am going to do monthly power rankings after each premium live event. So the first power rankings will come out on the October 9th. October 8th. Tuesday night's main event right after Bad Blood. I'm gonna do them after each PLE. It seems like they're going like every 4 to 6 weeks with those. So every 4 to 6 weeks, I'll give a ranking out. Like doing them week by week, they probably won't change. So after the PLEs, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna be bringing out more top 10 lists. I have a few that I'm working on that I'm still tweaking. So we'll get to those. In news, let's get to the news, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. Raw is moving to 2 hours in January. I believe the October 7th episode is the first one. And SmackDown will be moving to 3 hours. I just don't know when. I think it's gonna be at the top of the year. And I think Raw is gonna end up going back to 3 hours when it moves to Netflix in January. Should both shows be 3 hours? That's gonna be our poll question for today. All my Spotify people, the poll question: should both Raw and SmackDown be 3 hours? I say yes, because and they'll fix whatever roster imbalances they have with the draft. This way, if both shows are 3 hours, you give both, you split the rosters up, you give more guys opportunities on both shows. You have an opportunity to introduce women's mid-card titles and get rid of those tag titles, because the tag titles, to be honest, are just it's not good, and they haven't been good since they introduced those tag titles. It's been horrible. Drop those and introduce like a women's mid card title. NXT has a women's mid card title. How NXT's women get a mid card title before the main roster women is puzzling. But maybe that's Triple H and the guy's way of it's like, all right, we're gonna slow walk, we're gonna test it and see how it goes there, and boom. So get those. I'm with it. And again, you get more time, and then the PLEs can be what they are. I don't think they should go to brand specific PLEs anymore, or like leave those out. And have the PLEs stick to the PLEs being 5 to 6 matches. 6 matches, I think, 3 from each brand with titles on. Like, put the titles up. I do like the fact that they are using the weekly shows for these title matches and putting title matches on. The tag titles have been on the line on a few Raws and SmackDowns, as well as we just had a U.S. Championship match and an IC Championship match. So keep doing that. The NXT CW premiere is stacked next week. Tonight is going to be fire. Last week was fire with CM Punk pulling up and putting himself as a special guest referee in the Trick Williams versus Ethan Page championship match 2 weeks. And I do like how they're giving us these matches or announcing these matches 3 weeks in advance. That's pretty fly. Do that to make it like, all right, it is a sporting event, or they're treating it like sport event / TV show. Like TV shows let you know what's gonna happen a week ahead of time. I do like that they're doing that. So WWE is doing some great things. Also I'm hearing they were talking about live shows or doing an event at Sphere in Vegas. Y'all know what Sphere is, or the Sphere, whatever it is. Like, don't kill me for not getting it right. I don't know if it's the Sphere or it's just Sphere. But that's a great looking venue. Would they do something there? Would they not do something there? Who knows? We'll see. And finally, in closing, y'all, the Vince McMahon doc drops next week. Or not next week. It drops tomorrow on Netflix. It's 6 parts. Vince McMahon did come out and was upset. Let me find this letter. He's not happy with the end result. I guess he saw an advanced screening of it, and he's not happy. I've been hearing for weeks that it's a hit piece. But he's not happy. I'll just get into some of what Vince McMahon said. He said, I don't regret participating in this Netflix documentary. The producers had an opportunity to tell an objective story about my life and the incredible business I built, which were equally filled with excitement, drama, fun, and a fair amount of controversy and life lessons. Unfortunately, based on an early partial cut I've seen, this doc falls short and takes the predictable path of conflating the Mr. McMahon character with my true self, Vince. The title and promos alone make that more evident. A lot has been misrepresented or left out entirely in an effort to leave viewers intentionally confused. The producers use typical editing tricks with out of context footage and dated sound bites, etc., to distort the viewer's perception and support a deceptive narrative. In an attempt to further their misleading account, the producers use a lawsuit based on an affair I ended as evidence that I am in fact Mr. McMahon. I hope the viewer will keep an open mind and remember that there are two sides to every story. Now, Jim Ross has spoken. Eric Bischoff has spoken. Vince Russo has spoken. Quite a few wrestling, sports entertainment people have spoken. I believe Kevin Nash also had something to say. And a lot of them aren't happy. I don't know if they've seen the doc or they're just heard from people what this doc was or what transpires here. I'm hoping that it's not a hit piece because they do actually have Vince on. They do have Vince with the doc. This thing has been in the works for probably about 5 years or so. Vince McMahon, he did give them access and green light. He's in the trailer. He's speaking. I guess once the lawsuit came out, the producers decided to add that in there. So I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say maybe the first 4 episodes, the first 4 or 5 episodes are proper in telling the story. Let's say the first 4 are proper in telling his story, how he grew up, how he built the business, how he got to where he got to. In those last 2 episodes, bullets are flying. I am going to watch this. I'm not sure if I'm going to emergency pod this or not. I really can't make any promises because, like I said, I am moving. Y'all might get a bonus Tuesday night's main event. Y'all might get episodes 8 and 8.5 next Tuesday. Okay? Y'all just might get that. I do have a feeling that this documentary is going to set the world on fire. I do have that feeling. I think this doc is going to be pretty freaking great. I think a lot of people are anticipating this, not just wrestling fans. This thing is going on Netflix. Netflix is wildly and highly popular. Netflix never disappoints. I just finished watching the Menendez brothers yesterday. I watched the Untold on the cheating scandal at Michigan. They don't miss. I watched the Hope Solo. They do not miss here. So expect this Vince McMahon doc. I think it's going to be one for the ages. I think people are going to be talking about this over the next week or so. So y'all might just get a full-on episode of me talking about this. I might call a couple of my friends who watch pro wrestling and as much as I do, for us to sit and actually talk about this. This might be a thing. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Thank y'all guys for tuning in to another week, man. We did really good. I like this new format. I cover my topics. We did it in under 45 minutes. Make sure y'all tune in to Pizzle's Picks and Club Pizzle this week. I'm going to be talking about that Browns loss. Y'all don't give a damn. These are my wrestling people. But tune in to Club Pizzle and Pizzle's Picks Thursday. Pizzle's Picks at 7, Club Pizzle at 8. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next Tuesday in my new digs for Tuesday night's main event. Peace out.